All right, man. So Ken Griffey Jr. was a guest on the Club Shay Shay podcast, which is hosted by Uncle Shannon Sharpe, and it was a good conversation, all things baseball. But one thing jumped out to me. Shannon asked Ken Griffey to give him his top 5 baseball players of all time, and this was his list right here. This was his response. He went Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, Jackie Robinson, Ricky Henderson, and Bob Gibson. Now, just me looking at that really quickly, my first reaction was, wow, there's no Barry Bonds in there. I would have went, like, looking at those 5, I would have went Barry Bonds instead of Ricky Henderson. That was like my first initial reaction. And then I took a step back and said, wait a minute, I like this list. Ironically, in a predominantly white sport, Ken Griffey Jr.'s top 5 list is all black players. And there shouldn't be anything wrong with that. I didn't think it was like, it jumps out to me because I eventually noticed that. But obviously I'm not the only person that noticed that. So I'm looking on the Club Shay Shay Twitter handle, and now I'm just in the comments. At this point, I'm just here for the comments. I know people are gonna be mad. They're gonna be big mad. How can you have I'm seeing comments like, yeah, the top 5 black players, and this list is racist, and all of this, and people are calling Ken Griffey out of his name because his top 5 players are all black. I just want to know what the problem is with, how are you gonna, a guy like Ken Griffey Jr., why would you even question a guy like Ken Griffey Jr., someone of his prowess, giving you his list? That's what it is. Does there have to be an agenda? If there has to be an agenda, maybe you're telling on yourself. Maybe you're saying more about yourself. That's fine. Okay, I know it's baseball. It doesn't have to be the list you think. It doesn't have to be, Ted Williams and Joe DiMaggio. They don't have to be. This is Ken Griffey's list. You're gonna question Ken Griffey's list from your basement, from your couch? I'm just confused. I don't think there's any problem with this list. Aside from, like I said, I thought Barry Bonds should have been in there. If you're like my age, you think Ken Griffey is the greatest player of all time. He's not going to put himself in there. He's too humble. But I think it's a decent list. People were mad. People were big mad in the comments. And I'm like, what's the problem? Seriously, honestly, what is the problem with this being the top 5 list?